Hello, welcome back, and long time no see. This is Jaden Max, and I'm playing Squadron TD in a Starcraft game. And I've uploaded two videos of this before, and wanted to get back and make some more videos of Squadron TD as well as other mini games like Hero Attack. What's the other one? Entropy TD. As well as I just wanted to get in with a friend and do a bunch of mini games. Kind of show some gameplay video, what those games are like, and just kind of have some fun with it. But after I recorded those first two videos, a friend of ours, me and the other friend, whose name is Whirlwind, and hopefully we will be able to do videos in the future, but a mutual friend of ours came all the way from Tennessee over here to Japan, and he's going to live here for the time being. And so we've been getting him settled. Actually, he is currently roommates with Whirlwind. And so Whirlwind's spending a lot of his time helping that guy learn the ropes of being here in Japan with us. So he hasn't had any time to play StarCraft since that friend of ours has arrived. So I haven't been able to do any gameplay videos with him together. And I've been busy myself. You see, I am about to be a father. We're in the final few months, and the baby should be born sometime here pretty soon. And so my wife and I have been busy dealing with that and getting him ready. And doing these videos takes a lot of time. Not just the gameplay, but also the editing that goes into it. And I've made a couple of attempts to record StarCraft videos, but each time something's gone wrong. One time I ran out of hard drive space, another time, or two times actually, the game I was recording just didn't go anywhere. So, you know, those are the breaks, them's the breaks, so you just kind of have to roll with it. But I know that these videos, out of all the videos on my gaming channel, and if you look at my gaming channel, you'll see that I have a lot of videos set up for Minecraft, mainly, which is a game I like to play, and it's pretty easy to jump on Minecraft, play for a few minutes, jump off, jump back on, and still have a pretty good video made. But when you make a StarCraft video, you have to be a little more involved than that. You have to be the game itself is, like, this game could easily go 45 minutes. Possibly. It could be as short as 15-20 minutes, but then a 15-20 minute game of Squadron TD is not much to record. So you get on, you have to record a full game, and then when you edit it, that takes additional time. It often takes more time to edit a video than it does to actually record it. So, and I just don't have that kind of time. But anyway, here I am, back playing Squadron TD, and I love how you guys have how popular my Squadron TD tutorials have gotten on my channel. Thank you guys for spending your time watching the videos, and some people have left comments saying they've gotten some good information out of them, they've enjoyed the videos, and that it's taught them something about this minigame. And I appreciate that. I appreciate those comments. Please, if you have comments you want to make about the video, suggestions even, criticism is okay as long as it's constructive criticism. Please leave those down below. Anyway, back to the game. I'm already here we're on round 3 now, the cow level, and I haven't told you anything about what I'm doing. Basically, the last videos, the tutorials, after I recorded them, I went back and watched them a couple of times, and I realized there's a lot of things, a lot of information I didn't get into them. Plus the fact that the videos did not go, that game did not go very long. I think it ended, I forget where it ended at, like before the second boss, before the fatty, or maybe just afterward. Hopefully this game will actually go longer. Hopefully we can get this game to go all the way to the finish. I'm never in a big hurry to end a game fast. There are strategies and techniques people can do to try to get the other team out quickly. I prefer not to do that because, one, I'd rather just sit and enjoy the game, play it to the end, and if your army is strong at the beginning, it's going to be even stronger at the end. However, if you sacrifice the strength of your forces or the strength of your economy in order to build up the strength of your... let me make sure I got everything I need to survive this wave here. If you build up the strength of your forces and the strength of your economy if you neglect those things in order to try to save gas for a big attack on the level, chances are, and there's some people who can do this effectively. There's some people who are good savers. They can save up gas and still be able to build a strong force and a strong economy. And I understand that, but there's some guys who will sacrifice the strength of their forces, the strength of their economy, in order to do a big sin on a level and try to get the other team out. The thing is if the other team have good players, they will survive that, and your forces will be weaker in the end. So I prefer to just to focus on building my economy and building my forces so that I got the strongest setup for the long haul. That said, it's often a good strategy for members to have a mix within your team. To have some members of your team be very good at building strong forces, have some members who are very good at the economy, some members who are very good at sending attacks with strategies to take out the other team. And if you can do that, then your team should be pretty strong. You should be well balanced. But for me personally, I prefer to focus on this first and this a close second. Knowing that if this fails, then this won't be very good. If this fails at the end of the game, this won't be very good either. Right now, let's see, I'm doing okay. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I've switched up my strategy a little bit from the early tutorials, but not much. I'm basically still, a lot of the same principles apply. The thing with Chaos is that you can't get too set in how you do things, because the nature of Chaos means there's always going to be something. There's always going to be some sense of randomness. There's always going to be something left up to chance. So you have to, with Chaos, you really want to be flexible. You want to know the units and have a rough idea of the units that you want to use. And I play it almost like a very flexible custom builder, where I have certain units I want to have out here. They're part of my strategy. But at the same time, some units I might have Skeletors. Some units I may not have Skeletors. Let's see what's going on. Oh, it's Skeletor. Some units I have Skeletors. Some games I won't have Skeletors because I just won't have that builder early on. So if you're going to play as Chaos Builder or just play Chaos, you'll want to learn your units. Anyway, where are we at now? Round 8, Grim Reaper. Now, my gas is a little bit behind because of the units I had early on. I decided it was better to get this guy out there. I put that leader out there at a time when I usually spend my resources putting another or upgrading my economy. I put him out there because I didn't feel my forces were strong enough to take on the next wave. So that slowed down my economy a little bit, but I can make that up later on. Let's see, what am I doing here? I think we're in pretty good shape as we go. These Skeletors are pretty strong. By this point, I usually want to have Spectres and Zerglings here. If I can get Spectres and Zerglings early on, my game is pretty much set. But if I end up having to wait a long time, I can go a whole game without Zerglings, that's fine. But the Spectres, upgrading those Submercules, I consider that almost essential for a good game later on. Otherwise, I'll have to save up gas to get a higher tier out there. Because Spectres, even though they start off as a tier 1, once you upgrade them to Mercules, they are almost as effective as a tier 5, if not a tier 6. Let's see. Okay, we're coming up to the boss level. And I think my forces are strong enough to take on the boss. What am coming up? Okay, Celestial is what I got coming up next. Now, this is why I like to go Chaos Builder rather than voting for Chaos at the beginning. When you get Chaos, when you vote for Chaos, everybody gets Chaos, but your Chaos is completely random. And you don't get to know what your next builder is going to be. Currently, my builder is Celestial, and my next builder is going to be Mechanical. This is Presence. This Presence ability is specific to the Chaos builder. If you go with just voting for Chaos, you don't get this, and that makes making the strategy more difficult. So that's why I usually like the Chaos builder. Some people will say, well, you know, you got to man up. And the more difficult, the better. My feeling is I want to play. I want to have fun while I play this. Also, I want to make sure that other people I'm playing with are having fun, and I have more fun when the people I play with are playing their best. If I force them to do something to play the game on a mode that they're not comfortable with, then they're not going to give me the best competition to test my skills against. So if I'm going to beat somebody, especially if I'm going to be happy about it at the end, I'm going to want to know that I beat them when they were trying their hardest, because that really shows how good I am as a gamer. Let's see, this other team, they seem to be sticking with us, so they're not doing nearly as well as we are. But I don't want to underestimate them. Let's see, I think this is strong enough to take on the next. What do I have coming up? Ghost is coming up. Let's see, I'm going to spin one of these to get this up to 6. There. And because I really want to get Ghosts. And Ghosts at this point, as regular Spectres, the Tier 1 Spectres at this point are not going to be very effective. I want to get those guys upgraded as quickly as possible to fight these units that are coming in here. And the timing's great because the next round are Hydralisks, which are ranged units. And if you don't have ranged units to go up against those Hydralisks, then you're pretty much dead. They're going to tear through my melee units very quickly. So having some ranged units to fight against them, that's going to save me. I might still leak. I'm kind of worried I'm still going to leak on this next round. But hopefully if I can get 2 Spectres out there and get one of them upgraded a bit. Let's see here. Then that may keep me from leaking this round. There we go. And I think I can get them. I'll get them both upgraded, and that might be enough. I'm still worried. So we'll have to see together how this turns out. Okay, where are those guys coming from? By the way, I am going to skip some of the down points as we go through. Make the video a little shorter. Also, you know, this could be a 45-minute game and talk the whole time. I mean, it's easier when you're doing a tutorial because you got to think, yeah, oh, those guys did. Oh, good job, guys. I'm glad I got those guys in that round because I really needed them then. We're such a feeder. It looks like they're having a bit of they might be arguing over there. We can't see what their team chat is saying, but comments like that usually indicates that there's some rift between players, which is good for us because if they're not playing together as a team, then that means they're weaker. If you're not going to play as a team, if you're going to be at each other's throats, then... And it's funny because there are some guys who, you know, they may be new players. And let me check out Orange. Yeah, Orange is for... Actually, their whole team is new. This should be interesting. But you get guys in the game who... Someone leaks, and they feel the need to give them a hard time about it. And understand that, but generally speaking, that does not make the game turn out any better. It's usually people who start the game working together, start the game talking, and helping each other out. Usually, that's the team that's going to win. And you can also tell who is really the guy who's experienced and the guy who knows how to play, because a lot of times that's the guy who doesn't say anything the whole game. But then later in the game, he's also the guy who has the strongest force, the guy who has the strongest economy. So just a word of advice to those guys who come in the game and feel like they got to talk a big game. It doesn't fool anybody. Okay, this is Immortal. This is another overpowered round. This is often where people choose to send big units. If you have any savers on the opposite team, they're going to send on this round. So that's why I didn't do any Echo upgrades before this round. I've done Echo upgrades at the beginning of most of my rounds, at least after the first boss. But at the beginning of round 14, I don't do Echo upgrades. I focus completely on my forces. Now, normally by this time, I want this economy to be... I usually want this to be at 10, and it's not. So I'm behind on my economy. Usually I want this to be closer to 70. By the time the Marauders come out, I want this to be at least 100, usually about 120. So that's what I'm working with here. Automaton, it's a little late to be throwing these guys in there. Usually I want to throw these guys in there early to help me build a strong force more quickly. At this point, they're not going to do me much good, so let me do an eco upgrade then. Let's see, and get me a tank. And now I can upgrade my supply, because I am at supply limit. Let's see. This is another round where often the other team will do a big send. These guys, they're fairly new players, prestige of 3 or less, so they're not doing that. I don't think this game is going to go all the way to the end. This guy needs to relax. WH Asian. I can only guess what that's supposed to mean, but that his adder, and he leaked that round. And see, that's what I mean. My guy's talking. Well, this is going to be a short episode. I'm going to go ahead and post this. I've had another episode that went short and I didn't post it. I'm going to go ahead and post this one because I hadn't posted in such a long time. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try again. Hopefully get to the final round on this. I'll keep trying until I can get that. But for today, this is Jaden Max. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Leave me comments if you want to see more. Definitely, if you say more, please, I will definitely try harder to get more of these StarCraft videos out for you. I do enjoy playing this game. I play it. I've been playing it even though I haven't been recording it. But anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Looking for another pork chop. I thought I heard something walking around me. Was that you? Might have been you. Yeah, you're good, kitty. You're good, kitty.